With winter coming fast, some of you guys will actually be getting some snowfall here really soon. In Texas, we are going to be starting our winter in December. With that being said, this is our winter car setup. So you're probably thinking, what is this dude going to teach me about cold weather? Now, I do have a little bit of credibility. I did live in Canada for a short time. I have graduated and taken part in the cold weather mountain warfare school, which is the best training I've ever received and fun. And lastly, we do love to vacation in cold weather. So do make fun of my equipment when I bring this little shovel out, this little avalanche shovel, and you're like, that's a toy. Do make fun of me. I am from Texas. We don't need this stuff. This had a rescue on it, though. We have rescued somebody with this shovel. But yeah, make fun of my stuff. Let's have fun with this. Welcome back to Expedition Lightbulb. This is going to be my wife's car setup, 365 days a year. We're going to start from your left to right. First aid kit is going to be the first one. Just because of the speed that we travel, the injuries that we have here, make sure you have a first aid kit. This is pretty complete. The only thing that I'm missing here is a tourniquet. I'm going to add 1 or 2. This is what I love about being on YouTube, is that I get to knock on my own self. So I'm going to upgrade this. A battery starter. Just in case you deplete your battery or it's time to change your battery, this can get you to Costco where you can get another battery. I don't recommend this. This will work. The Renergy, it will work, but this will not start my Tundra. It'll start my Tacoma and the cars. Yes, it will, but I don't recommend them. Water. Water is going to be super essential just because of Texas. It's hot. Even in the wintertime, it's still hot sometimes. So if you guys are in extreme weather, I would take 25% away from this, even 50%, so it won't burst. Of course, a little cup for your puppies. Make sure they need water more than you do. Fire extinguisher, for the obvious reason, in case you run into a fire out there, whether it's yours or someone else, you can help yourself or others. This is going to be a breakdown kit and doesn't really have a get home bag. I have a get home purse too. It's my backpack. So we'll break this down in another video. It's pretty cool. This one doesn't actually live in her car. This, if you have a slow leak or suspect a slow leak, I would just send this with them. And it's very easy to use. It's just your trigger and it starts. Instead of using a compressor and then trying to figure out where to plug that compressor, you can just use this. It's very easy. Especially, yeah, you'll look like a hero and very smart if you brought this with you. Road flares, that way you can mark if you broke down so other people can see you. That's pretty self-explanatory. And last, Moto Mike's actually going to give us a good class on this. Make sure that you have Gore-Tex, whether it's summer or winter. Even in the summertime, you can get hypothermia if the temperature goes down 20 degrees. Okay, so make sure you have this. Make sure you get a Gore-Tex branded one. All right, this is Anne's breakdown kit. I'm 100% sure she doesn't even know she had this in the car. All I'm going to do is get a phone call from her and say I'm broken down, and I'll just say get this bag. Either stay with the car or I'll come and get you. So this makes me feel better. So this kit is going to be housed in this Cabela's bag right here before they were bought out. She has a first aid kit. She has everything that she needs in here exception of a tourniquet. And that's usually housed right here where it's very easy to get to. She's going to break down. She's going to need a signal. If she doesn't know how to use this, she will know how to use these glow sticks. I mean, the instructions are right there, and you snap them, and they should start glowing. Now, everything else to the left of this is something if the breakdown is prolonged. She's going to have this Swiss Volcano. This is a very, very, very good unit. And it gave birth to my Kelly kettle. Basically, it gets the cold air and shoots the warm air up, and it's very efficient. This is very elusive to get. This is kind of redundant. She's going to have a light. She has a tactical light on her all the time. This is the fuel tabs, the trioxane. You can get these at Sportsman's Guide. These are elusive too, but these are very good. One spark, you're in business. Normal matches, so it's easy for her to use, and everyone has used this. It's nothing complicated. Another redundant piece of gear is a knife and some batteries for this flashlight. Now, we should have 1 day's worth of Mountain House in here. Good variety. And we use a single wall, not a double wall. So that way she can either store water or she can cook this over try to boil water over the fire. Chargers for the Surefire. This is very old, right? So we just distribute the old stuff towards the cars. Now, usually we use Gore-Tex tops, but this is not a Gore-Tex top. This is a waterproof rain jacket. There's at least one per vehicle. This is mine, but at the same time, in a bad situation, snow, rain, where she has to go walk somewhere, she's able to at least be dry from her head to her waist, which is very, very important, especially in a breakdown. Probably the most important piece of gear is going to be your water. This is a 2-quart foldable, collapsible water bottle that we use. Every car has one of these, exception of the Tundra. I'm still fixing to get one of those. But this is essential just because it could be hot and you need water. This is always in our car. And usually it has fire starting kits and everything, but since it's redundant, we don't have one right now. Anyways, for that reason, she doesn't even know she has this. This is her breakdown kit. For our winter car kit, the only thing I'm going to add is a blanket and a sweatshirt because our temperatures here are so mild. If it becomes to where it's going to be cold like February, Anne's going to stay home. I'm the one who's going to be going out, and we have 4-wheel drive. But that's it. Blanket and sweatshirt. She can put this sweatshirt over her Gore-Tex because I'm so big that she can put it over, and she'll stay warm that way. If we're going to colder climates, like we will go take the car to Colorado, we'll start bringing an extra stove with us. We'll bring a scraper just for the ice and then blow away the snow if we have to. And then we'll bring a shovel. This shovel, you can make fun of it. I love it. This thing has rescue in Yellowstone, so get a more robust one so people won't start laughing at you. But get a shovel. For traction, kitty litter or dog food, whatever you can, Max Trax if you can afford it. Lastly, some places require you to have snow tires. We don't have snow tires just because we're where we live. I love Michelin Defenders. They're very good in the rain, decent in the snow. But to supplement that, we have snow chains, and these work pretty well. We love traveling in the winter, so that's why we have snow chains for all of our vehicles. Anyways, this is a short supplement on what we do for our winter car kit. For colder temperatures, we actually bring more equipment with us. This is actually our vacation setup. The scenario is going to be that our truck ran out of gas and depleted our propane. This is our life support system. I revert back to my backpacking days. You're going to have a sleeping bag for everybody in your family. And then, to regulate that a little bit better, you're going to have a wool blanket. Now, your sleeping bag should be rated for the area that you're in. The wool blanket is just going to be adding to the warmth. Just in case you guys get wet, this wool blanket will still work. This is our life support system. Mike, you got anything? All right, thanks for having me back. So in the field, we have to keep our core temperatures up. In order to do that, we have to dress in layers. Just like how backpackers do it, and if you're going to the grocery store in extreme cold weather. Our first layer is going to be Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is very durable. It is waterproof and it is windproof. Just make sure on the sleeve it says Gore-Tex or on the label it says Gore-Tex. Now, your inner layer is going to be fleece, whether it's synthetic, goose down, or for the ladies, the Sherpas. Next is going to be snow pants. In extreme cold weather, these are essential. Socks. You need to have wool socks. If your feet get wet, they will stay warm. If you have cotton, cotton will get cold and you will start getting hypothermia from your feet. Of course, you're going to have your gloves. And lastly, for your feet, these are genuine Mickey Mouse boots. These are very good. When you buy these, make sure that you test them. Whatever it's rated for, bring them out to the field. And if your feet get cold, guess what? They're not worth anything. These are rated for whatever they are, and these are being used in the Arctic. If you can find Mickey Mouse boots, grab them. Lastly, do not break the bank. This is surplus Gore-Tex that was for $40. Those Mickey Mouse boots were like $60. You do not have to go crazy and overspend. That was actually pretty good. The last thing that I think we forgot was to make sure you dress appropriately. Whether or not it's going to be 0 degrees or 0 Fahrenheit, that is extremely cold. Do not come out of your house looking like this, like you're going to the beach with a t-shirt and sunglasses on. Just because you have to make it from your door to your truck doesn't mean you're safe. You do not know if you're going to have a mechanical breakdown, if you're going to get snowed in suddenly, or if you're going to go and get into an accident. Make sure you dress appropriately. This is our take on extreme weather equipment.